So I decided to record the same day. My hair has been doing this weird thing where I look like a poodle and I don't know how to control it. And I was going to wear this shirt during this wrap up. I might keep it on, but I don't know. It's hot as balls, but I don't want to, spam you guys with me in a tank top. I'm going to save you that psychological trauma. So today I'm going to be bringing my... What the hell? Okay. I think I need a hat. Now I look like Joey Tribbiani. Whatever. I'm going to look like Emma Watson's stunt double in Beauty and the Beast. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys my July wrap-up of 2021. This is the month where I read the most. I have read... Well, whatever. This is the month where I read the most. I read 11 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Correction, I read 12 books. So, basically, real quick, I was called back into work for temporary, work and whatever. And I'm basically sitting on my butt by the front door reading. So I got permission from my boss to read and yada yada yada. And so therefore I read, and I read quite a ton. So in the month of July I read 12 books. Let's get right into it. I do not have reviews about these. I may do reviews on my blog, which I'll link down below for you guys to check out. Overall, I'm really proud of myself. I finished a whole series, by the way. Well, I started a whole series, I finished that series, and I finished 2 other series. So let's just start with the first one, which is actually the first book that I read this month, and that was Wildcard by Marie Lu, the sequel and conclusion to Warcross. I give this one 3 stars. I didn't particularly love this finale. I didn't love this book as much as I did with Warcross. I think that the world building in Warcross was great, but for some reason the world building, wasn't really existent in this book. I think as far as leads go, I think Amika Chen is interesting, but I don't know, she felt kind of whiny in this one a little bit. We get introduced to a character named Jax, who I cannot stand. I don't really like Jax that much. Didn't find Zero a really compelling character. I didn't really find any of the other characters compelling in this one. It was like night and day with this duology. Like, I love Warcross, I just liked Wildcard. So, this was a 3 stars, but I'm glad I finished this series, though. Okay, so the next one that I read, I actually gave it to my mom because I did not like this book at all, and she loves the movie, which was an adaptation of the book, and that is I Know What You Did Last Summer by Lois, Duncan. This is obviously a murder mystery. It's been around for years. I did not like this one at all. I didn't like the writing. I didn't like the mystery. I didn't like any of the characters. I didn't like the setting. I didn't really like this one, fortunately. So this one's a 2 stars. I don't think I will reread this in the future. I just didn't particularly like it, unfortunately. Then I continue with more of that murder mystery stuff, and I continue with Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen McMinnis. This is the standalone, and set in a small town, and homecoming queens have been taken and killed, and this one's a 4 stars. This is my second favorite Karen M. McMinnis novel. My favorite is One of Us is Lying Still. My least favorite so far is obviously One of Us is Next. I have not read The Cousins yet, but I'm going to. Loved the setting. I think the setting was great. I liked Malcolm fucking Ellery. The other leading character could not stand Ellery because I just wanted her to mind her own business. Her twin brother Ezra is awesome. I love her twin brother. It was great. I really did enjoy this. I highly recommend it. The only reason why it's not a 5 star is because Ellery is annoying. You know what? I gotta take off this shirt. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with the white tank top. I apologize. Whew, it is quite warm today. 95 degrees, and it is 6:45 in the afternoon. I don't effing get it. The second series that I finished was a series I started back in January, continued in March, finally finished it in July. And that is Trials of Apollo by Riordan. So, here is The Tyrants Tomb, which is a 4 star. I really enjoyed this one. This contains, I think, Riordan's best comedic work. Just the lines were so funny. The delivery of the lines from, the god Apollo, and then Meg McCaffrey, and then, what's her name? Raina? I think that's her name, right? Yep, Raina. I really did enjoy this one. And it was just such such a great book. I love this one. Then obviously the finale, Tower of Nero, which was a full 5 out of 5. This one was really emotional. This is how you end a series like this. It was so good. I loved how it went. I loved the story. I loved the writing. And Apollo's character arc was just awesome. The final battle with the Python, really well done. I really enjoyed this. As far as ratings go, my favorite's still The Hidden Oracle, then this one, Burning Maze, Tyrants Tomb, and then The Dark Prophecy. And then this one, so this one is, it's just a rom-com palate cleanser kind of thing, and that is Charming as a Verb by Phillipe. This one follows Henry, who can charm anyone except for this one girl named Corey, or Corinne, but she gets a nickname Corey. And he's trying to get into is it Harvard? Columbia, sorry. Columbia. And this is a 3 out of 5. I really did enjoy this one. It was just one of those cutesy little rom-coms. I didn't like Henry as a leading character. I loved Corey. I think Corey was great. I think that the story goes, I think the story was pretty basic for a rom-com. But there was a moment in this book where I just wanted to chuck it across the room because I got so mad at Henry. And then his uncle gave him the realest piece of advice, and it made me respect his uncle even more and hate Henry even more. Obviously, it's going to be a love story. I didn't like these two together at all. They were polar opposites, and you know that saying, opposites attract. These, I didn't see the attraction with this one. It was like one chapter he really did not like Corey, and then the next chapter he was in love with Corey. I'm like, dude, you knew her for 5 seconds. You know, I don't know. So this is a 3 out of 5. I do recommend this if you just read a really long series or depressing series, or just watched a really scary film or a really sad film. Pick up this one. This one will chip you right up. In the series that I finished, I started and finished in a week. And I had really high hopes, and unfortunately, I was severely disappointed. And if you follow me on Goodreads, you probably know what I'm talking about. That is the Magisterium series by Cassandra, Clare, and Holly Black. So this series follows Callum Hunt, who is the son of a magician, and he doesn't want to go to the school called Magisterium, which is a school where young mages go to control their magic and whatever, or young magicians go to control their magic. And he doesn't want to go, so he's told to fail the Iron Trial. Fails tremendously, but he still gets into Magisterium under the watchful eye of Master Rufus. And there he gains friends of Aaron and Tamara, Jasper and Celia and Gwenda, Alex and Drew. I honestly did not love this book at all. I liked most of it. There was a chapter in here where they are taught how to control sand. And it was the longest 2 chapters of my life. I don't even remember if it was 2 chapters or not. But it's like, okay, you can control sand now. Cool. Can we move on now? And I didn't like Callum as a leading character. I didn't find him all that compelling or interesting. I much preferred Aaron and Tamara, which sucks because they're not even the main character. Callum is. I will say one thing is, not a spoiler, I guess, but mild spoiler. At first it started off that Aaron was a special one. And there's a plot twist where Callum is the special one. And I'm like, what's the point of this plot twist? And this is being compared to that of Harry Potter. And I do get the Harry Potter references and the comparisons, but I usually don't compare one series to another. In this case, all I saw was just Harry Potter in this, unfortunately. This was a 3.5 out of 5. But I do recommend it to young readers who do want to try and get into more, like fantasy or just reading in general. We'll get to the sequel, which is Copper Gauntlet. And this one is shorter than Iron Trial. And one of my biggest problems with this series is everything happens way too quickly. These books could be bigger. They could be bigger, but they're not. And I did not like Callum still in this book. Nothing really captured me in this book until the final act or the party at Tamara's house at the beginning. That was it. My favorite characters are Aaron and the chaos-ridden wolf Havoc. I love Havoc. But Tamara was okay. Jasper was kind of growing on me. Celia, I didn't really have an opinion about her. Callum, Master Rufus was kind of useless to me. I did not like Master Rufus. So that was a 3 stars. We get to the one that bored the crap out of me, and that is the Bronze Key. The smallest of the books, I think. Nothing captured me in this book. This was a 2 out of 5. I don't know. I just didn't like this one at all. There was nothing that really... At this point, I was this close to giving up on the series. But you guys know my commitment to finishing the series. And honestly, they're short books, and there was 2 more after this one. So I might as well just continue with it. But I was not excited. And no one is more disappointed in that than I am. I had high hopes for this. But the execution, Holly Black and Cassandra Clare's writing for me, they don't mesh whatsoever. I didn't find the mystery aspect of this compelling. I didn't find the magic system, all that, you know, cool. Tamara was making me mad in this book and in the rest of the series. Aaron's story arc, so dumb to me. And I actually kind of liked Callum in this, but Callum still wasn't my favorite. Then we get to the Silver Mask. The Silver Mask is... So, in this book, by the end of it, I was kind of emotional, to be honest with you. But Tamara was making me so damn angry in this book. And, again, I actually kind of liked Callum. Jasper was still growing on me in this book. Master Rufus is just there. He doesn't really add anything to the plot for me. Havoc is still being adorable as usual. And then there's Alistair, Callum's dad, who I just forgot existed in this world. And this was a 3 out of 5. While it holds, I think, the best cover, in my opinion, it just... I don't know. And then we get to the final book. That is The Golden Tower. And it's also really small. And this is a decent ending to a decent series. I think that with this book, I feel like this could have been longer. Considering it's the final book, it didn't feel like a finale at all. Because you know how with a series like this, that it's fantasy, there's magic and mages and chaos ridden people and creatures and wolves and whatever, you would think that there will be a big epic, like, engaging, intense battle. There really wasn't. I didn't feel the intensity. This is going to be the harshest critique I have for Cassandra Clare. I don't think Cassandra Clare's writing is for middle grade. I feel like this series, I think Holly Black could have just written this whole series by herself, because Cassandra Clare just doesn't, for me, fit the middle grade world, you know. And I still love Cassandra Clare. Like, I read Chain of Gold, which I'll talk about in a second. I don't think middle grade is her strong suit. Tamara felt kind of useless in this. Aaron's story arc, how it ended, was really stupid to me. I still don't like Callum. I do like Jasper by the end of this book. And again, Master Rufus is just there, like, what up? I'm your teacher. What am I supposed to do? I'm like, you tell me what you're supposed to do. You're their teacher. So this one's a 3. I give it a 3.5. This one is the second best of the series to me. I think Iron Trial is still the best one of the books. I'm really disappointed that I didn't love this book or this series. But you know, I think people of this age range would enjoy it more than someone like me who's read mostly young adult and adult books. So, but I'm glad I read this. Don't think I'll remember it anytime soon. And then the final book that I read this month is another Cassandra Clare book. Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. First book of Last Hours. And I love this. This is a 4.5 out of 5. I love this book so much. The world is just... So this takes place in 1903, I think. Follow Cordelia Carstairs and James Herondale, Lucy Herondale, Grace Blackthorne, Christopher Lightwood, Matthew Fairchild, Thomas Lightwood, and Anna Lightwood. Love Anna. Tatiana Blackthorne, Tessa Gray, Will Herondale, Jen Carstairs. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. And the main character, Cordelia, is half Persian, half white. Love it. And the thing about this series is that it takes place literally not after, like not immediately after the Infernal Devices, but it's obviously centers around the characters, the children of the original characters from Infernal Devices. And it just felt like one continuous story. It felt like just one grand story. And you guys, I got so emotional seeing like an older Will, older Charlotte, older Henry, the ghost of Jessamine, Tessa, and Jem. I absolutely love this book. The romance between Cordelia and James is absolutely addicting and so enthralling. But the characters is what makes it. The characters of Cordelia, of James, of Lucy, Grace, and Grace actually, Matthew, Christopher, and Anna, and you know, the original characters of Tessa, Will, Jem, Charlotte, Henry, Jessamine. Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. I love this book so much. I started a little bit of Chain of Iron. Now we have to wait. Now when I get done with that one, I have to wait another year for Chain of Thorns, which is the current third title. So anyways, that was my July wrap-up. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give a big thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts of these books, and what did you think of the Magisterium series? If you loved it, that's great. I just didn't, unfortunately. For content, the subscribe button is right over here. Right next to the notification bell, click that. And I'll post 2 other videos right next to my head. And I'll see everyone soon in my next video. Deuces.